Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is CryptoTakeOver coming back with a brand new Bitcoin video for y'all. Every single day on this channel, we're going to go ahead and look over the charts, see what might be going on here. It looks like our pivot high for the evening was at about 9,600, and our pivot low as of right now is sitting at about 9,400. So what does that mean for Bitcoin? We're going to dive on into the charts here a little bit, see what we can tell. Are we going to be able to make it back up to that 10K area anytime soon? Is Bitcoin ready to moon? We're having some very large spikes in volume and in price action as well, going on, coming out of the weekend at least, and all the other chaos that's going on in the world. But hopefully that sounds interesting to y'all. Go ahead and stick around, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so if y'all are brand new to this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single day that we make a Bitcoin video. And we use the market cipher indicator by CryptoFace on this channel, so if y'all are interested in checking that out, it is a 3-package indicator. Y'all can find some of the links in the description box below. I think I have a link to CryptoFace's channel down there. And then also we've added the TI sequential by Tone Vays and the market guide buy and sell indicator on this channel too as well. So I hope with all that content that we can provide here, y'all will keep coming back. And we're doing our next giveaway at 3,000 subs. And in order to qualify that, in order to sign up for that, you need to be signed up for the free newsletter. So we'll get more into that later. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts here and see what we can determine. So looking at our 15-minute time frame as of right now, we can kind of see that we're still trending up above our VWAP. From yesterday, we kind of had a little bit of a sell-off, and now it looks like the bulls do want to take control of the market. So I believe that we are going to have some very large liquidity spikes going on into the rest of the first week of June, at least probably. And maybe going on into next week, we can kind of see some more stability or maybe a massive move. I'm thinking there's probably going to be a very massive move probably towards second week of June, or maybe right before that, and we'll get our move to play out for us. But let's go ahead and see in the charts what we can determine. On our 15-minute time frame, I always talk about how, once we start to get these Christmas tree patterns here, with our blue waves not really getting up above our 60% marks or below our 60% marks, which indicate an overbought or an oversold position, then we can definitely start to see price action kind of squeeze, and knowing that a bigger move will probably be in close proximity to us very soon. So let's go on into our 30-minute time frame here. Our 30-minute time frame not telling us too much different right now. Only thing is that we are kind of still in our red money flow, maybe clipping back up into our green money flow here in the next couple of hours as well. If we can zoom out just a tad bit, we can kind of see that things are still kind of moving just sideways just as of right now. We're still kind of in our wedge pattern on our macro time frame. So as we start to zoom out a little bit more, we'll kind of take a look at that as well. Looking at our 45-minute time frame right now, we are in our red money flow. We've moved out from our green into our red, but we're still having some very large spikes in price action too, to lead to further sell-offs as well. So as of right now, it's very choppy waters in Bitcoin, and I think in overall economic turmoil, it is very choppy waters too. So whether or not Bitcoin decides to break bullish here, it's really going to be undetermined. I think a lot of people are wanting it to break bullish and kind of maybe on that bias side of it breaking bullish too as well. But as you can see here, we have a major support or resistance trend line for us sitting at about 9,840. So we didn't quite get up and touch that 9,840 area back here on this spike, but that doesn't mean that we can't come back up and retest that area, maybe try and break through it this time. That is a firm possibility, but we're going to have to wait to see exactly how price action wants to kind of play out. And just something that I can kind of notice here on our Cipher SR indicator is that we did have this stair-stepping pattern all the way back up to almost that 9840 area, and now we're just kind of moving sideways just a tad bit on our support resistance indicator here. And so as I almost look at these as kind of like Bollinger Bands sometimes too, is that, you know, once they start to kind of close in just a tad bit, we'll end up probably getting a break from one direction or the other. So I can kind of see that kind of playing out on our Cipher SR, but we're really going to have to keep an eye on it to see whether or not it's going to break bullish or bearish. But I can start to see these kind of squeeze together. And usually I like to look for those price action squeezes, sometimes on our EMA with our VWAP, in correlation with our VWAP, or in correlation with our Cipher SR, right? So that's just one thing to take note of. If we move on into our 1 hour, let's take a look and see what's going on in here. Price action is kind of all over the place as of right now. We can't really get a clear count. Maybe once we move into our higher time frames, we'll kind of see more of a clear count and direction. If we start to zoom out here, looking at our 1 hour, we can still see that our money flow is kind of moving into that reddish area. And as of right now, we're still not getting into big overbought or oversold positions just yet. So we will have to kind of wait probably a little bit longer. And even as we start to zoom out, let's go into our 90-minute time frame, see what's happening here. Even on our 90-minute time frame, we can still kind of see that you know, money flows rounding off here. We're still moving into that, maybe that reddish territory as of right now. Our blue waves aren't getting too oversold just yet. No sign of a big green dot down here. But because of our money flow pushing us down just a tad bit, we could probably anticipate another wave back to the downside. That is a strong possibility. Maybe we come back up here and pump just a little bit more to the upside to then come back down even further. We'll just have to take a look at it and see. But as of right now, we are kind of riding above our key EMAs as of right now here on our 90-minute time frame. We had a bullish cross back here, and then we've just been kind of holding support above our 100 EMA here on our 90-minute. So you can see here that I have two major trend lines drawn out for us as well. This top trend line resistance and this bottom trend line support here, which takes us back all the way to that 3,800 drop that we had with the announcement of the virus spreading. And so this support line sitting at about 9,100 as of right now. I think we'll probably make our way off to the right here and probably come into this wedge pattern to then decide what position we want to break out of. And I think that also our support resistance lines are also telling us that we'll probably get squeezed here and decide a break. And then as we start to move into this triangle here, this wedge, we'll probably get squeezed even tighter and then make a bigger break from there. So that's just one thing that we need to keep an eye on. Let's move on into our 2-hour time frame here and see what we can determine. Our 2-hour time frame is telling us that we are still in our green money flow, but it is maybe becoming short-lived just a tad bit. As you can see here, I'll start to zoom out, but let me also turn off Cipher SR for us as well. But we can kind of see that since our top out at about that 10K area, our money flow has been kind of rounding off to put in lower highs, and that does kind of look like where we are at right now with our 2-hour, is that this could be a lower high being put in for us as well. So we're really going to have to consider that moving forward from here on out, is that our money flow is starting to kind of thin out just a tad bit, or our green money flow is starting to thin out just a tad bit as well. And whether or not we continue to ride the zero pivot point and then break up, that's yet to be determined, or if we break down, that's yet to be determined as well. But as we start to zoom out on these higher time frames, the higher time frames do have a little bit more precedence over the lower time frames, so we will be able to determine where this price action might break to if we make it to the end of this symmetrical wedge here, and as we start to ride the zero pivot point with our money flow as well. Price action kind of giving us some trigger waves, or our blue Cipher waves are starting to give us a few trigger waves, indicating some maybe some more downwards potential. We do have this one small trigger wave down here, maybe indicating that we'll come back up just a tad bit, but it does look like we are putting in lower highs on our blue waves down here too as well. So just something to take note of moving forward from here on out. Guys, I do want to tell y'all that the 35% off has a few spots left. If y'all do want to join for that, feel free to. I know that people were waiting till the 1st of June to sign up for this, so I would imagine those spots might get filled pretty quickly. If y'all did wait till the 1st of June, go ahead and jump in now, so that way y'all can get that 35% off spot that is available. And then I'll probably close it off for a couple more months until I decide to put out another special as well. So feel free to join us in the Patreon page. You get access to about 12 to 15 different private videos in there. I teach y'all how to set up your charts to look similar to mine. And then also I do private analysis every single day on the Bitcoin charts to keep us up to date with our price fluctuation and to keep us pretty solid and confirmed in our positions that we're in too as well. So I know people always get kind of frantic sometimes if they're in a position, and I'm there to give precise correlation with our position and why I believe that the reason we should take that position in the market every single day. So you can come watch the videos, but then you can also get the private analysis to let y'all know a little bit more of my bias based on my chart reading and stuff too as well, and using our 3 paid for indicators that we have on this channel. So feel free to check that out. There's a private Discord category inside of the Discord server that you'll be granted access once you sign up for the Patreon page as well, and a few other different perks that y'all will also get. So I would hope that y'all join us in there as well. Don't forget to get signed up for that 35% off special, and you'll get all the perks with that as well. And then also I have the YouTube membership page, which is available. We've already had a few people sign up for it, so I will be posting a few different private chart videos in there, some mostly altcoin chart videos, as well as some the S&P 500. We'll review that a little bit as well, and then we can also review some fiat charts moving forward. So what I'm planning on doing here is I'm planning on maybe posting a couple of videos each month on some altcoin charts. And then what I would like for y'all to do, if y'all are part of this membership group, is comment down in the comment box of each video that I post and let me know what charts y'all would like for me to review, and I'd be happy to go over those as well. So when you do sign up for this, it's a little bit cheaper than the Patreon page itself, but it is another option for you as well, and maybe another way that I can help support you with the chart analysis reading and my 3 paid for indicators that I use for my chart analysis too as well. So feel free to get signed up for that. There's a link in the description box. I believe it's the second link in the description box. And then also, guys, don't forget we're doing our $100 giveaway in one of my favorite altcoins at 3,000 subs. So I need y'all to share this video as much as possible, spread the message, tell everyone what indicators we're using on this channel, and that we make pretty much videos every single day. I apologize about not getting to a video on Saturday. It's been a very busy weekend for me with the economy wanting to start back up and stuff too. I'm working on a few different other side hustles on the side of this too, but it's all going very well, and I hope that y'all can still be able to know that we have a life outside of just making YouTube videos, although this is definitely something I'm very passionate about, and I love cryptocurrency so much, and it's definitely been a game changer for me just in all of my whole life in general too. So I'm very passionate about this channel, and I do want to see the success and the success of other people grow with us as well. But I need y'all to get us to 3,000 subs. It'll be very helpful if we can get all of our subscribers to comment down below. Just comment something like 3,000 subs or $100 giveaway, and that'll help boost the algorithm for this channel. And then also don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and share the video too as well. But in order to qualify for that $100 giveaway, you need to be signed up for the newsletter. So third link in the description box, go ahead and get signed up for the newsletter. I don't spam too much. I maybe send out a newsletter once a month. It says weekly. I should probably change it to monthly though as well, so that way y'all don't think that I'm gonna spam y'all too much. But I'll send out a newsletter about once a month, just some private analysis of the markets overall, and a few tips and tricks too that I can help y'all with. So definitely some valued content inside of the newsletter, and it's just an easy way for me to get a hold of you if you do win the $100 giveaway. So make sure that you get signed up for it. That way, if you do win, I can get a hold of you relatively easy, and you can give me that crypto address, so that way I can send you your $100 that you won. And then also we have the Telegram channel, which basically is a bunch of announcements that I do here. So the Telegram channel is growing pretty nicely, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I was doing a lot of stuff this weekend, and I was trying to not get so involved with all the chaos going on in the world too. It's very unfortunate. A lot of, things just coming to destruction, and that's basically what it seems like, right? But I did share some of the live streams that I was watching. Some of the riots took kind of close to home for me a little bit too. So just stay safe out there, everyone. That's all I can say. I mean, if you do want to partake in things, just make sure that you're doing the right thing. That's all you can do is just look back in your conscience and did I do the right thing? And that's all you have to ask yourself. And if you believe that you did, then you did. So just stay safe out there, people. But I'll keep y'all up to date on announcements that I have going on, like if I can't get out a video that day or whatever, in the crypto takeover announcements, or if I have specials running too. I'll make sure to update my Telegram channel as well, so that way y'all can stay up to date with what I have going on. So also the Discord server is available. If y'all do want to join the Discord server, link in the description box below. Come in there, chat with us. If you're brand new to crypto, come in there, ask us a bunch of questions. I encourage you to ask questions inside of the Discord server. So once you do click that link to join us in the Discord server, make sure you read through all the rules and guidelines, and click the little green checkbox. That'll give you full access to the server. And then obviously if you want access to the private Patreon VIP trading group, then you're gonna have to sign up through Patreon, and then I can give you permissions to access that private channel inside of the Discord server. But come in there, ask us a bunch of questions if you'd like. I'd really appreciate that. So glancing at our 2 hour here, we kind of zoomed out a little bit. We can tell our money flow is still putting in some lower highs here. But if we do come back down to ride that zero pivot wave, that is a firm possibility that we could either break up or down from there. Looking at our 4 hour time frame here, we did kind of clip into that red money flow as a tad bit, and now we're kind of seeing it move sideways. We came back up into that green money flow here on our 4 hour as well. Still kind of putting in some lower highs here with our trigger waves, and then we started to come back up. Not a substantial overbought, or not in a very substantial overbought position with our blue wave down here. It does look like we are putting in a little bit of a bearish divergence here with some lower highs, and maybe another trigger wave that could be forming here for us on our 4 hour chart with our blue waves as well. Money flow more than likely will just kind of ride to the side here, maybe putting in a lower high, and then we could see another sideways potential movement as of right now. Let's move on into our 6 hour time frame. Another key note here is that we are still riding relatively nice above our EMAs, and our EMA positioning is relatively bullish as of right now. Looking at our 6 hour time frame, we can still see that we're putting in another green dot here, but our VWAP isn't really, it's still kind of clipping off to the side. So probably some sideways movement here from here on out on our 6 hour time frame. Money flow still kind of putting in lower highs as of right now, so that's something that we need to be aware of. And this is where Bitcoin will be really volatile. This is where we can definitely see all those liquidity spikes up and down, and kind of how we approach the weekend with a big move before the weekend started to the upside. And now we had a big sell-off here not too long ago, as of yesterday, and so Bitcoin likes to do these huge moves, especially when the market is unsure of where it wants to go. People are buying because they want to hedge. People are selling because they need it to pay, whatever they need to pay for, rent and stuff too. So, or it's just all manipulation, and, you have big people in the background buying to dump on the small people. That's a firm possibility too. So, but as of right now, we'll probably end up seeing high volatility in Bitcoin. Definitely some major liquidity moves that are getting ready to come into this market relatively soon. So you just need to make sure that you prepare and be ready for whatever direction this market may take. And one reason I say that is because once we have this unsurety in the market with our money flow moving green to red, kind of riding this zero pivot point, that's when a lot of the volatility comes into the market. So we just need to be ready for that as well. If we move on into our 8 hour, let's see what's happening here. So our 8-hour is definitely still moving to the downside, putting in a lower high on our money flow. Money flow on our 8-hour still kind of riding out to the side with our green wave here, or with our green money flow wave, and then also putting in a red dot. This could form a green dot here pretty soon. If we start to zoom in on it, it does look like we probably will put in a green dot here on our 8-hour moving forward. But we're really going to have to just wait to see how this wants to play out. Like I said, we could come up all the way back to retest that 98.40 area. That is a very strong resistance point for us as of right now. We've tried to break through it several times and still do not have the volume or the liquidity to get up through that area. So I'm not 100% sure that's one major resistance line for us, leading us all the way back to that 20K area. And one reason why I have been using the Bitstamp chart is because it's been a major resistance on the Bitstamp chart for us too as well. Now on some of the other charts we've already broke through that resistance, but I'm really keeping an eye on this Bitstamp chart to say, well, I don't want to get too bullish as of right now. So let's move on into our 12-hour chart here. 12-hour chart also giving us a red dot here, kind of riding this VWAP as of right now. With our yellow VWAP down here, and then our money flow is kind of still moving off to the downside just a tad bit, maybe sideways, and then we'll decide what direction we want to go from there. Getting our first sign of a bearish count here on our 12-hour as well, so we'll have to wait to see how that plays out. We did have a 9 up here that played out. I think that was on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, Sunday or Saturday. So indicating possibly a little bit of a turnaround that might happen there too as well. Let's move on into our 21-hour to see what's happening here. 21-hour has a red dot, money flow still moving out to the side. We do see a 9 on the sequential here for our Saturday price movement. I believe Friday or Saturday we had that 9 put in as well. Let's move on into our daily time frame, and this is where we can start to really get an idea of the sequential count as we start to move on into our higher time frames. This is when the sequential really likes to help us out just a tad bit too, as well as all of our other indicators on the screen with our Cipher, market Cipher indicators and our buy and sell signals too as well. And I do want to actually turn on our previous buy and sell indicators that we were using on this channel. I do like using those on the higher time frames to just get a clearer idea. I do believe they're relatively accurate for the most part on some of our higher time frames as well. So I'll go ahead and turn those on. You don't have to get too distracted by them, but you know, they're there because I used to use them a lot, and I'm relatively I feel secure with those two, using those as well. But you can tell here on our daily time frame, our money flow is still moving out to the side just a tad bit. It looks like we are putting in somewhat of a lower high on our blue trigger waves here. So we could probably see this round off, maybe put in a red dot relatively soon. We are forming somewhat of a doji right here with our 5 count. So a lower high on our 5 count could indicate that, you know, our next candle could turn into a bearish 1 count. That is a firm possibility too as well. And then let's move on into our 2-day here, and we'll come back to that 2-day here in just a second. So yeah, if y'all are interested in also upgrading a trading view plan, feel free to use the link in the description below to help support the channel. I use the premium plan on our trading view charts, and actually in my Patreon page I tell you how to get these plans for 50 to 60% off. So there's a fun tip and trick that y'all can use, and there is a private video inside of the Patreon page, along with you know, quite a few other private videos as well that I keep all my members up to date with. But y'all can use that video at your own convenience if y'all do want to upgrade. If you are using the Market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace, I would at least recommend that you have the Pro Plus plan. It allows you to have just a few more indicators on the screen alongside with your Market Cipher. I have the buy and sell signals, as y'all can see here, and then I also have our Aldo EMAs, which is an all-in-one EMA indicator. I teach you how to set that up inside of the Patreon page as well. It is actually a private personal code. It's a handwritten Pine script code that that you can copy and paste and put it in your own script, and then name it whatever you want it to as well. But that was given to us by another trading group, and I want to share that with y'all too as well. So feel free to look for that video if you do sign up for the Patreon page. And you know, it just allows you to basically not have to use all your indicators up in just by using the EMAs on there as well. You can toggle them all on and off, and it makes it really convenient. So this is our 2-day chart as of right now. Our 2-day chart still moving out to the side. We can also see that maybe another trigger wave could be forming here on our blue wave as well. If we continue to move out to the side like this, our count here, it's kind of all over the place just a tad bit. I do believe that these topping out patterns do kind of signal that we're kind of still unsure in the markets. As we start to zoom out, we can kind of tell that the markets are still very unsure of where they want to go. We're having these 1-2s, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, bullish then bearish counts. We can see down here that we are putting in an extended bull count here. So we're at our 10, and usually this will end with a 13 as well. So we could put in, some more sideways movement all the way to the end of this symmetrical triangle or this wedge pattern here, and then decide what Bitcoin wants to do from there. So I just wanted to line this up just a tad bit. So the end of this triangle here, I think that's good. And so, we could end up seeing this extended count all the way to the 13 count, and then maybe indicate that we could be topped out from there, or, whether or not that we want to put in another extended bull count. That is a firm possibility. But our money flow on our 2-day is still relatively moving out to the side as of right now. Maybe another trigger wave forming as well to indicate more downside potential. But later on, or we could just come back up on that blue wave as well. Very interesting on our 3-day. We are putting in a bear count here, but this didn't last too long. So I would imagine this next candle opening will probably be a bull count. We'll probably start the positioning of a bull count as well. So we just need to take that into consideration. We are starting to see our sell signals pop off on our 3 days, on our 3-day chart as well. So that's something that we also need to be aware of moving forward as well. And then maybe indicating that we could get a green dot here. Things are starting to get even choppier on our higher time frames as of right now. If we put in another green dot here, that's going to leave things really, really choppy for these markets moving forward from here on out. So let's move on into our 4-day here. And I do believe that we do get a broader perspective of what might be happening there on those higher time frames as we start to look at them. We do use 3 commas for the most part. Sometimes I like to use 3 commas to make trading bots. You can use them for a lot of different things. You can use them for getting in and out of the markets with limit orders relatively quickly, which is also another nifty feature to use if you are trading. Feel free to check out 3 commas if you do want to make your own trading bot as well, link in the description. And then also if you just want to buy and hodl, or if you're a brand new crypto enthusiast, I would recommend that you at least have a cold storage device, and you can't go wrong with the Ledger Nano X or S. And I do believe that they're running specials right now. You can check the link in the description box below and go ahead and order yourself a Ledger. And then also there's 3 different trading platforms I recommend. My number 1 would be Bybit, of course. Then Prime XBT is another leverage trading platform. And then Femex is another leverage trading platform as well. Now, I'm getting a lot of questions because people don't really understand a lot about leverage trading. And it is a learning curve too. But the best thing that I can say as of right now, until I decide to come out with some new content, I'll be working on probably this month. I really want to push it hard and push out some brand new value for y'all too on this channel as well. But until then, I would at least recommend that y'all use the testnet, and Bybit actually allows you to use a testnet to paper trade BTC. So that's a nice convenient way to learn a little bit more about how these exchanges work and how trading with leverage works too. And if y'all are interested in that, feel free to use the link to sign up for the Bybit account. And once you sign up, come over here, ask chat support how to access the testnet. It's like a 2 or 3 step process. They'll step you through it, relatively easy. And then you can start practicing your trading using Take BTC pretty much. And then also a couple of ways to earn some passive income in the crypto space is using the Brave browser. So if you've seen down here, I've clicked some of these ads in the bottom right hand corner. Those ads just allow me to collect BAT token at the beginning of every single month. So I don't believe I've gotten paid out just yet, but I probably will in the next couple of days or next week or so get a percentage of the ads that I've clicked down here. They'll pay me out in BAT token, and then I can take that BAT token and take it to the exchange and deposit it or with exchange it for some USD or something like that, and then I can just withdraw it into my bank account. So super easy, convenient way to earn some passive income in the crypto space. If y'all are interested in that, I would highly recommend using the Brave browser. If you don't want to see any ads at all, you can pretty much opt out of all ads on the Brave browser as well. So very convenient for this browser too. And then CryptoTab browser is another lightweight browser that y'all can use. I do like the Brave browser for browsing the web, but CryptoTab browser is basically a way to mine Bitcoin using your web browser. And I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever at all. So I'd still recommend it. Obviously, I use it every single day. I have it running on 2 older laptops that I don't really use necessarily anymore. And basically, the laptops are just mining me BTC using the CryptoTab browser. So it's not going to get you that one full Bitcoin that you want, but obviously it's going to, help you. What if Bitcoin goes to $1 million one day? Well, there you go. Or if you just want to throw it on an exchange and practice trading with it, sure, might as well use it or whatever. But it's a nice way to earn passive income inside of the crypto space as well. And then you can also download the app on your iPhone or your tablet, and also have your phone or your tablet mine BTC for you as well. So feel free to check the link in the description box if y'all want to get signed up for the CryptoTab browser. It's another platform I'd recommend if you want to earn some passive income inside of the crypto space. And then I have the Instagram if you'd like to follow me on there, and then also the Twitter if y'all want to come follow me on there too as well. I'll post on there mostly a bunch of retweets, but definitely a lot of good information and people that I follow that I like to retweet as well. So guys, don't forget to get signed up. 35% off special as of right now. There's, I think, 2 spots available. So I definitely would see those probably filling up relatively quickly. Go ahead and get signed up for them if you're interested though. So we're looking at our 4-day chart here. What we can see here is we're having our first sign of a bearish count as of right now. We do have our sell signal on our 4-day that has been confirmed. So definitely some major interesting signs going on here. I mean, we did have this kind of sell-off with our last bull run, and we had the sell signal, and then we had another buy signal after that. So if Bitcoin wants to make a leg up here, it's really going to have to come down to the end of this triangle and then decide what's going to happen here, if it's going to be another big rally up to the top, or if we're going to start to fall back over and continue downwards and break maybe bearishly out of this triangle as of right now. So definitely looking for this squeeze to happen here, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting for sure, and maybe some very large liquidity spikes up and down, probably some big Darth Maul wicks as well too, but that's yet to be determined. Let's look at our 5-day chart right now. 5-day chart also giving us that first sign of a bullish count here too as well. Very interesting times that we can take. I did want to go back into our 4-day chart. I just wanted to see what our sequential was giving us last time on this spike here. We did have that 9, and then we had the 1, 2, 3, and then the 1, 2. No sign of a 9. We did have the 9 here, and then we ended up being bullish, and then that was a bearish 1 count, bullish 1 count, bearish 1 count. Market is still just very unsure. We do have an extended bull count here, so that's something to take note of as well. But last time we had the extended bull count, it didn't quite play out the way we wanted it to. Yeah, I think, and our blue waves are obviously telling us that we still are kind of wanting to round off just a tad bit. Let's move on into our 6-day, see what that might be telling us here. So now we can kind of see, even on these higher time frames, how unsure this market is right now, whether or not it wants to pump or dump on us. That's yet to be determined. But still facing major resistance right up above head of us too as well. Looking at our 6-day chart, we can kind of see on our blue wave here that we are kind of putting in a topping out pattern. Our light blue wave will probably, maybe this could be a double top here for us too as well. If we do end up putting a red dot in on our blue wave, that could be a double top, but then we could come back up and maybe push higher a little bit too. So we're really gonna have to wait to see exactly how this wants to play out. Let's move on into our weekly time frame, and then I do believe that we'll just glance at our monthly because we had our monthly close. So this is interesting here on our weekly. We do have a 9 signaling popping off on our sequential. This is an imperfect 9 though, and yeah, we're really gonna have to wait to see exactly how this wants to play out. But it's very interesting that we are getting an imperfect 9 here as of right now. Blue wave's kind of rounding off. Money flow is still kind of trending out to the side for the most part, pretty neutral. Yeah, I definitely would anticipate some very large liquidity spikes up and down moving forward from here on out. I do want to see if we had another imperfect 9 ever back on our charts here. I don't really see too much happening. So this is kind of brand new for the market as of right now, but until we make it to the end of this symmetrical triangle, then we can definitely kind of anticipate where the market wants to take us. So that's quite interesting, guys. If y'all stuck around for this long, I really appreciate it. Comment down below weekly chart and let me know that y'all have been paying attention this whole time. Throughout this video. It is a little bit of a longer video, but I do want to put out the content because I did miss a day, and I know that everyone's kind of interested to see what my predicament is on these markets as well. Looking at our 2-week chart, you know, putting in still somewhat of a bullish count here. Money flow still moving off to the downside as of right now. Let's look at our 21-day. And then I think we're going to go ahead and end it off there, y'all. 21-day, we do have a sign of our first bullish count. Money flow still kind of rounding off there on our 21-day, though. Let's look at our monthly time frame. And our monthly time frame, can't really tell too much. Still riding above our key EMA here, though, so that's a pretty nice price movement. But if we're going to get stopped, you know, by our major trend line resistance, and that is a firm possibility. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. I really appreciate it. If y'all did stick around towards the end of this video, comment down below weekly chart, and I would definitely appreciate that for the most part. And with that being said, yeah, there's 2 positions available inside of the Patreon group. If y'all want to join us in there, feel free to. And if not, then I'll see y'all on the next video. CTO signing out.